Last time on Medical Mysteries, we interviewed an Egyptian doctor and saw how he treated his patients. Tonight, we will be interviewing a World War I doctor and to see how they treated their patients. He will be sitting in this very chair and I will be asking him a series of questions. We shall see what he has to say. Now, we will be bringing him back from the past to the future. Sorry. Okay. Calm down. You're in the future. Welcome. I am here to interview you about how it was being a doctor in World War I. Okay, give me the knife. Follow me. So, Mr.
Adrik Yakovlev.
So Adrik Yakovlev. You were a medical expert during the Great War, if I'm correct.
Yes, I was searching for our Tsar.
Nicholas II?
Yes.
Okay, so you obviously then fought for the Russians, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, I'm going to ask you a series of questions, if that's okay.
Of course.
Okay, so first question would be, Adrik, how were soldiers injured during this time?
Many hit in torso never made it to hospital. Many hit an arm by artillery. Legs were the most damaged limb. Many limbs needed amputation. Gunshot wounds often led to infection. It was wonderful.
That was sarcasm, right?
Adrik does not joke.
Okay, moving on. So, Adrik, how would the process of getting treated and rehabilitated worked in your times?
First, we put them on stretcher and take them to aid post.
Okay, that doesn't seem so bad.
Then, we put wounded on motor ambulance until they get to a clearing station.
Okay, that's not bad as well.
Then we put wounded on train until they reach a hospital.
Okay, very long process, but I mean, okay.
Yes, many didn't seek treatment in time and died.
Okay, very interesting. So, as you can see, there are very different and similar things during these time period. So, now Adrik, tell me, what were the conditions like in your hospital?
To help prevent more comrades from death, many aid posts and clearing stations became hospitals.
I see, and how did that work out?
The conditions were horrible, and there were not enough resources to treat wounded. Even at our main hospitals, we were under-equipped.
So that must have been really bad then.
It was.
But Adrik, tell me, what kind of medical innovations and advancements were made during your time? I'm sure this helped significantly with treating patients.
We had the power to utilize the storing and sharing of blood.
Wow, so that was invented during his time.
We also helped treat soldiers quicker than before, and caused less deaths from broken legs with the invention of the Thomas splint by Hugh Owen Thomas.
You seem to know a lot about the war. I'm very impressed.
That is because we were taught any intel that we found necessary. As a surgeon, it was necessary I learned about every medical aspect.
Oh, I see. So basically, World War I just revolutionized medical industries in giving so many new treatments, such as treatment to anesthetic infections, treatment to shock wounds, or PTSD treatment. Now comes the part of the show when we would like to show an in-real-life situation of what would go down. I will be showing you, also with the World War I doctor, we will be showing you how to get a gunshot wound out of a person. This is how I would deal with a wounded person if they had a bullet through their arm. So first I would of course extract the bullet. So I would take piece by piece out of his arm, very slowly, until of course it is fully out of his arm. Then I would stop the bleeding and I would wrap his arm in a hard cast so it would stay stationary and not cause further damage to his arm.
For this demonstration, for this surgery, I will have to be cutting off the arm. Amputation, because the bullet has infected the arm.
So, as you just saw, Adrik's way of treating the patient was much more radical. Although we both had the same outcome, the patient obviously survived, mine was much more efficient than his. As you've seen during this episode, World War I and today's practices are very different. Although World War I has really shaped how we do medical today. Join us next time when we bring back a medieval healer and see how he dealt with the Black Death.
But wait, what about me?
Oh, you're gonna have to go back to your time.
But I don't want to.
Join us next time. See ya, and remember, watch the next episode of Medical Mysteries. I don't know what to say there.
Yeah, you didn't read it. Why didn't you read it? Why didn't you read this?
Because then I would have looked at it and it would have just made it awkward. We haven't turned the camera off yet. That was good though.
That was good. That was good. Let's take a look through it. Let's take a look.
I don't really think you need to cut it out. So now, Adri, tell me.
What happens?
I don't know.
We had the.
I'm sure this helped significantly with treating patients.
No, we gotta. I was messed up. You gotta.
You seem to know a lot about the war. I'm very impressed.
That is because we were taught.
That is because we were taught.
Here, do your line again.
You seem to know a lot about the war. I'm very impressed. I see. So basically, during the Great War, we had very many revolutions in medical, such as shock treatment of wounds, infection treatment, and PTSD. It's so hard, Jake. It's so hard. You can't give me that.
We're gonna cut that.